Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There are so many people with XRP derangement syndrome. It's the irrational hatred of XRP. And why? Because reasons, folks. As always, because reasons. Now, the good news is that so many of you listening that have been on the XRP train for a long, long time, you're going to end up very, very wealthy, I suspect. My convictions are very well known. I don't make price predictions, and fine, I could be wrong, but my conviction is that XRP hits a new all-time high this market cycle, enters price discovery, melts faces. Now, what's been happening in recent days especially is a dramatic move up for XRP, and it's not going to go perfectly up in a straight line. I don't know if we're down a bit by the time you're watching this, or if we've hit a new all-time high by the time you're watching this, but the cycle's not over yet. And what I've noticed is that there are so many individuals, analysts who are considered to be well respected in the space, even though I don't necessarily follow them, but they're followed by lots of people, many of them anyway, and they are having a real hard time coping with the reality that XRP is outperforming. They're making excuses, and they're talking about how it's just going to fizzle out and fall apart anyway, and this and that. And I want to talk about all of that, because these people, like, they should feel embarrassed for these posts. They really should, but they have no shame, because they don't realize that they do indeed have XRP derangement syndrome. They literally have that. It's an insidious infection. It's quite the affliction. You don't want it, but they have it. In a way, I feel sorry for them. So let's talk about this. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so here's a popular analyst named Jackus who I started following, I don't know, maybe several months or so ago. He seems to be pretty rational, level-headed. He's the guy, I think he might be the only example I have in this video of somebody who just doesn't irrationally hate XRP, even though in this post on your screen he says he's not a fanboy, but he just recognizes the opportunity. And that's fine, that's intellectual honesty here. But it's been so obvious for anybody who isn't infected with this XRP derangement syndrome, which is, I mean, it's a real thing. It breaks people's, like, people who are otherwise rational about pretty much any other aspect of crypto life, their brains are broken when it comes to XRP. I've never seen anything else like it in the space. And so there's this this is actually a rational post from chart analyst Jackus, and he shared this with his 139,000 followers just a few days ago on X. And he said, each time I mentioned XRP this year as a great opportunity, I received so much hate for it and basically was forced to not talk about it. Now this quote-unquote stablecoin of yours is up 300% and outperforming all majors. Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, BNB. The most hated rally indeed. And by the way, that is just delicious to me to see XRP substantially outperforming Bitcoin. Oh my God, it fills my heart with joy. It really does. Anyway, then he continues, I said this is the only time worth playing it ever again. I play probabilities, not emotions. Now you got a first month breakout out of a 7 years of accumulation with monthly closing today like this. You can get a pause, but you don't fade that. The COPE will only increase as it overtakes one asset by another in market cap. By the way, alt season after such breakout in 2017 continued for another 300 days. It's like I keep saying, in all probability, the best is yet ahead, especially if history kind of rhymes with itself here. And so when he notes that as things keep progressing this way, the COPE just increases, and they're just yelling on the internet to anybody that will listen, because they live in an echo chamber where this isn't even supposed to be possible. And then when it does happen, it's somehow bad. It's just ridiculous. So here's the first example. I got several examples roughly in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. This is Joe Carlacer, might be saying that name right. A pretty well-known attorney in the world of crypto, 41,200 followers on X. And this is a perfect example. And this is pretty short here to the point. This is on the morning of December 2nd, Monday. And he said, XRP just topped. Congrats to all who top-ticked it and sold to buy an asset worth something. So there we go. XRP's going up, having trouble coping, so he's got to dig on XRP. So there you go. But congrats to all who sold it for something that's actually worth something. It's the stupidest damn comment. Now, mind you, XRP at the time he posted that was worth about $2.33. And right after that, it ran to $2.85. Congrats! Congrats! Come on. But this is how they're, again, I reposted this because I know what this is. I simply wrote XRP derangement syndrome. It's the irrational hatred of XRP. So so many people will acknowledge when an asset starts running, they'll be celebratory. They'll be like, oh, wait, this is, given that it just started here, there's a good chance it's going to go much higher. And they'll say that about other coins. I just broadly speaking, whether it's true of him specifically or not, I just noticed this. But then when it comes to XRP, nope, they won't say those things because they don't want it to be true. It breaks their brains. I've never seen anything else like this in crypto. No other coin is treated like this. None. Not like this. Not to this scale. Not to this degree. Here's another example from chart analyst Income Sharks. Now, I have been following this guy for a number of years, but clearly the way that he thinks about XRP in his brain is not in line with what is reasonable here. So here's what he wrote. If you've been around before, and by the way, I'll just note that he posted this on Monday, December 2nd. So he's already seen XRP hit $2.85. He says, if you've been around before, you know that when XRP dies off, which always happens, you'll see hundreds of billions going into other projects. Those being patient will reap the rewards, and those FOMO buying Ripple will have to bag hold for another 5 years. So right off the bat, I'll just note here, he knows the difference between Ripple and XRP. He's been around forever. He's been a fixture in crypto for a very long time. But he's conflating Ripple and XRP. They do that intentionally, even if it confuses any of their followers. And he's got 574,000 followers. He doesn't care. It's just a dig. It's a disrespectful thing. Instead of calling XRP, calling it Ripple, pretending that the company is the same thing as the coin. This is what they do. It's part of XRP derangement syndrome. It just is. And so I simply wrote to him, every coin that enters bubble territory, including Bitcoin, ends up with a massive correction. What's your point? And so here, he had to specifically point out, oh, it's so stupid, XRP. It's just going to die off. It inflates in price, but then it just goes away, and then all that liquidity goes into other stuff. That's true of every freaking coin. But he's calling it out as if there's something uniquely terrible about XRP as it pertains to this. It only happens with XRP, in fact, right? It doesn't happen with Bitcoin. Oh, except it does, because there have been many times throughout history where Bitcoin falls 70, 80, 90%. Holy freaking hell. When I jumped into crypto, Bitcoin in 1 year went from the beginning of 2017, from $1,000 to $20,000 by the end of 2017. And I jumped into crypto in November 2017, so I got to see most of that rise in terms of dollars. It was $6,500 when I jumped into crypto in November. And then it plummeted a year later down to somewhere around like $3,100 or $3,200. A year later, it was down that much. And so here's this guy painting XRP as this unique entity where it's the only one, right? That's what he would have us believe, presumably, for writing like this. It inflates, but then it just dies off, right? And then on top of that, you'd have to act like, and it just does this, like it's a flash in the pan. Like, take a look at this. This is from somebody named Plan C, 188,500 followers. He also has XRP derangement syndrome. And so he's noting some of the biggest XRP price action in history here. Here you can see the all-time high. He calls it a flash in the pan. Here you can see the 2021 high, flash in the pan. And what just happened here, this is November 30th, he's calling it a flash in the pan. Part of that's extra funny to me because when he posted this, XRP was $1.88, and then it ran to $2.85. That's one hell of a flash in the pan, isn't it? A flash in the pan. This is the dumbest perspective possible. And so on top of this, for your brain to work like this, again, it's clearly XRP derangement syndrome, but you'd have to completely disregard the very clear fact that the SEC attacking XRP holders by suing Ripple, effectively it's a global attack on XRP holders, you'd have to pretend like that didn't materially impact the price of XRP last market cycle. You'd have to pretend that that's reality. And it's so dishonest. It is. Maybe his mind's so warped that he just thinks that it's just because there's something uniquely terrible about XRP. Maybe he's tricked himself into thinking that. Clearly, he's living in an echo chamber where other XRP derangement syndrome people are living, obviously. But there's a reason that XRP is the only top 10 coin last cycle that didn't hit a new all-time high. It was the only one attacked by the SEC. Duh. This is not difficult to understand. This is not difficult stuff. But these people, holy frickin' hell. So here you have November 30th, Plan C with his large following. Here's what he decided to share to people. And he's just pretending like this is sage wisdom or something here. He says, XRP is having another fleeting flash in the pan moment before likely dropping below $1 for another 3 or 4 years, as it has done twice already. Its chart displays unusual patterns. Oh, let me just pause. Could part of the unusual pattern be because of the SEC? Jesus freaking Christ here. And then he says, avoid succumbing to short-term FOMO and becoming exit liquidity. XRP is not and will never be Bitcoin. Oh. Well, on that last point, I agree. And hallelujah, praise to Jesus. I do not want XRP to be Bitcoin because Bitcoin is technologically the least sophisticated coin in existence, and you can't really do a whole lot with it on layer 1. You really can't. Whereas XRP has effectively real-time settlement and transactions so cheap that it costs a fraction of a penny. It fulfills Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, which he had for Bitcoin initially, for Bitcoin to be a peer-to-peer cash system, which it is not on layer 1. It cannot be because it's technologically inferior. So yes, I agree. XRP will not ever be Bitcoin, and thank God for that. That would be absolutely terrible. Here's another really bad take from Kevin Svensson, another very popular analyst, 158,000 followers on X, another XRP derangement syndrome guy. He says, this is November 30th. I'm hearing lots of insane talk about XRP. Let's make a few things clear. Fun facts. Number 1, XRP is currently at December 2017 prices. Number 2, XRP is down 90% against Bitcoin since 2017. 3, if XRP went to $100, it would be worth more than Bitcoin and Nvidia combined. Not happening. Okay, a couple of things there. So number 1, okay, fact. So we're in that range, fine. XRP, to point out that XRP recently started running, and it's the beginning part of the run, I believe anyway, to point down that it's down from a timeline that would favor Bitcoin in terms of performance. That's just disingenuous. You can pick any timeline to paint any picture that you want, as I'll show you in a second, because I'm going to show you timeframes in a minute that are favorable for XRP. And you can do that, but it's dishonest. You're just trying to spin the situation. Recently, XRP has been putting Bitcoin to shame performance-wise. And so... and then number 3 here, this one I agree with. It's the only one. If XRP went to 100, it would be worth more than Bitcoin and Nvidia combined. It's not happening. I would only agree as long as we're talking about this market cycle. I won't rule out 3-digit XRP for way, way, way in the future. I think there's about a 0% chance it's happening this cycle. But then he wrote in this separate post in response to that, all I did was list facts. There is no debate to be had. Well, no, that's not all that you did. You wrote your opinion here, which is not a fact, which is that XRP is not hitting 100. That's literally an opinion, literally not a fact, though I happen to agree with the opinion here. And even if there's not a debate to be had on points 1 or 2, there's discussion to be had because you have XRP derangement syndrome. And so I used his lingo here because, hey, there's no debate to be had. And I responded to him and I wrote, XRP has outperformed Bitcoin in 2024. This is a fact. Nothing to debate. And see, do you see how that works, folks? I can pick a timeline that's favorable for whatever spin I want to put on it. Do you see the point? He was doing something that is disingenuous just to trick people, just to spin it, because he hates XRP. He cannot help it even. But he wrote back to me and he said, XRP is below 2017 highs. There is no celebration to be had. Holders aren't even keeping up with inflation. Now that one blew my mind. And again, this guy, well known in crypto, 158,000 followers. I believe he's been in crypto longer than me. And this is the type of tripe that he's putting out for that many people. And so I was just taken aback by that. I was like, clearly this guy's not right in the head when it comes to crypto. So, because he's got XRP derangement syndrome. So here's what I wrote to him. This is an insane statement. My average XRP purchase is 25 cents. This is life-changing for me. But I shouldn't celebrate? Almost all holders are now in profit. You have XRP derangement syndrome. And I ratioed him. That was delightful to see. 108 likes. And that was on November 30th. And I just posted this in the evening on December 2nd. At this time anyway, 192 likes. So it's nice to see him getting ratioed here. It looks like... and by the way, so the replies, they're less likely to be seen, so replies are almost always going to have way fewer likes compared to the original post. But even if you look at my initial post here, saying XRP's outperformed Bitcoin in 2024, which is a fact, 471 likes. His reply saying that there's no celebration to be had, which is completely irrational, 108 likes. So that's 108 people that just are irrational XRP haters. Because reasons, folks. Because reasons. And then I also shared this. I wrote, I'll just leave this right here for you. And it's a post from the blockchain backer. And he shared this on December 1st. XRP has now outperformed Bitcoin in 2023 and 2024. See, you can just pick a time frame. But it's true over the last couple of years, if you had purchased XRP instead of Bitcoin, you would have been financially ahead. How inconvenient for him. And you want to talk about 2017? Well, let me tell you something. XRP's not done running. I already bookmarked this thing because I'm going to do a future Dunks video when the cycle's over, and I'm sure I'll pull this one up too. But wow, what a gem. I got to tell you this. And then there's also this post from Crypto Arsenal, because I had highlighted, like most people are in profit. He shared a post from a VET. VET is a XRP Ledger DUNL validator. And on November 30th, and I'm sure it's just gone up since then, but he shared this post and he said 99.86% of XRP is in profit. So almost every XRP holder on the planet is in profit at that point. I'm sorry, nothing to celebrate? What is wrong with you, Kevin Svensson? Holy freaking hell. Almost everyone's in profit. It's XRP derangement syndrome, folks. It just is. Completely ridiculous. And then there's this guy, too. Somebody named Sensei. He wrote, and this is on December 1st, if XRP, a useless project, can make a 4 or 5x in 3 weeks, I let you imagine what will happen with utility project. XRP is one of the most functionally useful coins in the entire asset class, and that's why, the totality of speculators has kept XRP in the top 10 coins by market cap despite an SEC assault for its entire existence over 10 years. People like this are fools. This person has a foolish opinion. That was reposted by chart analyst Bobby A, who wrote, I'm seeing this everywhere. The price of XRP will continue to rise until senseis like this capitulate and buy XRP. I will bathe in their tears. Gotta love that. Here's another one from the same guy, Sensei. People don't understand how stupid is this XRP pump! Exclamation point. XRP is an useless project. This is his first language. XRP is an useless project? Okay, guy. It's not a project for retail, blah, 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 blah. And so Panos, one of the more educated guys in our community, I would say, reposted that and wrote the following, and this is so true. Bitcoin maxis are so angry right now, they're furious, that they haven't realized that XRP is the ultimate store of value and decentralized currency, and XRP Ledger, the best protocol for peer-to-peer payments, along with many other features. Come and join us now, or you will be buying from us when it breaks the all-time high. Don't fade. But this is the world we live in, folks. Completely ridiculous. But it's one of the reasons that I'm thankful I have this platform. I'm glad I have this channel, so I can rip these terrible ideas to shreds. Now, there really is, something has broken in their brains. Because they can otherwise apply logic and reason and data to anything else in the world of crypto. But when it comes to XRP specifically, it's literally for them impossible. They cannot do it. Their brains are broken. XRP derangement syndrome, my friends. That's what this is. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.